Hi everyone. Hello fellow aspirants. So today we are going to start with the PIB analysis for 21st October 2020. आज हम PIB analysis करने जा रहे हैं 21st October 2020 का. ठीक है, तो ये सब ना थोड़ा सा पेंडिंग रह गया था जो मैं कवर अप कर रही हूँ. आई एम सो सॉरी फॉर द डिले बट आई एम गोइंग टू कवर इट अप, डोंट वरी. 19th का हमने कवर कर दिया, 20th का कर लिया. अब नाउ दिस इज 21st. We have covered 19, now 20, now 21st. Then I'll cover 22nd also. Don't worry about it. I'll cover all the pending current affairs. But these current affairs analysis, they are very important. That is why I am not missing the backlogs, because for prelims this year the pattern was completely changed and the focus has been shifted from न्यूज़पेपर्स टू पीआईबी. तो इसलिए हमें न्यूज़पेपर पीआईबी दोनों को प्रिपेयर करना है, बिकॉज यूपीएससी इज बिकमिंग अ लिटिल डाइसी डे बाय डे, मंथ बाय मंथ, ईयर बाय ईयर, बिकॉज इट इज juggling between static current affairs and now it has shifted its attention to PIB. Okay, so let's start without PIB. I think that current affairs preparation is not complete, so we are going to cover the PIB also. Okay, you'll get the PDF of this session on my Telegram channel, Simplifying UPSC with Ease. Now before starting the analysis, I would like to discuss the important topics that we are going to cover today. आज हम जो important topics cover करने वाले हैं वो discuss कर लेते हैं. Police Commemoration Day, MOU between India and Nigeria, then COVI-RAP, which is a diagnostic machine for COVID-19 detection. Then we are going to cover National Supercomputing Mission. Then we are going to cover Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, regulatory framework for the REITs and INVITs in IFSC, ASW Corvette Kavaratti, and Azad Hind Government. These are the topics that we are going to cover today. ये topics हैं जो 5-6 topics हैं जो आज हम cover करने जा रहे हैं. Before that, here's a very wonderful announcement for all of you. आप सभी के लिए एक बहुत wonderful announcement है. That is related to the surprise which Unacademy Plus has launched. Unacademy is introducing a new optional category so that an aspirant has an option to pay only for GS subscription or only for optional subject. It's a big surprise for aspirants who only want to prepare for an optional subject on Unacademy. This category will have a dedicated focus on all the optional subject preparation, comprehensive and enhancement courses by the most experienced teachers. There will be test series also for all the optional subjects, and dedicated doubt sessions and PDF study materials will also be made available. Existing Plus subscribers, they will get free access of the optional category. Existing Plus subscribers means who have already taken the Plus subscription. This extra optional category subscription, they will get it for free. Optional subscription can be availed separately also if you do not wish to subscribe for the other rest of the GS papers, and if you only want to prepare for optional, then also separate optional subscription, you can avail that. There are different dedicated focus optional subjects which are available on our Plus platform. An aspirant will have access to all the optional subjects if he or she purchases this subscription. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने ऑप्शनल सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया, आपका ऑप्शनल हिस्ट्री है तो आप सिर्फ हिस्ट्री ही पढ़ोगे. नहीं, आप एक बार ऑप्शनल सब्सक्रिप्शन ले लेते हो तो सारे सब्जेक्ट्स आपके लिए ओपन अप हो जाते हैं. आपको जो सब्जेक्ट आपको चूज करने में दिक्कत है तो आप 3 क्लासेस में बैठकर देख लो, जो ऑप्शनल पसंद आए उस ऑप्शनल को फाइनल कर लो. So once you have taken optional subject subscription, all these optional subjects will be available to you on Unacademy Plus. You can study your own choice of optional subject. And this is the fee pattern. As you can see, it is you can say the lowest fee pattern on Unacademy Plus. In the market, for 6 months preparation they are charging, for 4 months preparation they are charging 50,000 rupees. But here on Unacademy Plus, for 6 months optional preparation they are charging 22,500. And ऊपर से you are getting a discount also of 10% if you use this code Sharma20. As you can see over here, this is the introductory offer. If you till 31st October, all the learners who are subscribing to the GS category till 31st October, they will get free optional category subscription as well. मान लो कि आप 31 अक्टूबर तक 12 महीने का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हो जीएस कैटेगरी का, तो आपको ऑप्शनल के लिए पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको ऑप्शनल एडेड मिलेगा. बट अगर आप 31 अक्टूबर के बाद लेते हो सब्सक्रिप्शन तो आपको अलग से ऑप्शनल का भी चार्ज देना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो यू कैन Purchase this Unacademy Plus subscription, optional subject subscription, if you are dedicatedly preparing for your optional and if you need guidance by expert educators in that field. Now let's start with the PIB analysis. First is Azad Hind Government. The commemoration of 77th year of formation of Azad Hind Government was celebrated. That is why it was in news. इसीलिए ये news में रहा है. On 21st October 1943, the Provisional Government of Free India was established as a government in exile in Singapore by the Indians in exile, which was headed by Subhash Chandra Bose. Now this is very very important. तो आप सब जानते हैं कि 21st October 1943 के दिन, on this day, Subhash Chandra Bose, he announced, write it down, he announced the formation of the provincial government of Azad Hind. Azad means free, Hind means India. Azad का मतलब होता है free और Hind का मतलब होता है India, right? So he announced the formation of provincial government of Azad Hind, where in Singapore. कहाँ पर इन्होंने अनाउंस किया था? सिंगापुर में अनाउंस किया था, प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड मिनिस्टर ऑफ वॉर के सामने. The provincial government not only enabled Subhash Chandra Bose to negotiate with the Japanese on an equal footing, but also facilitated the mobilization of Indians in East Asia to join and support the Indian National Army. So Azad Hind government had its own court, civil code and currency. This is important pointers for prelims. ये prelims के लिए important points है. इनकी खुद की currency भी थी. And the provincial capital was Port Blair. And the capital was Rangoon and Singapore. Subhash Chandra Bose was the prime minister of this particular government, and the capital. S.A. Iyer was the minister of broadcasting and publicity, and Lieutenant Colonel A.C. Chatterjee was the minister of finance. But Azad Hind was disestablished on 18th August 1947. समझ आ गई सबको ये बात? चलो. Also remember that on the invitation from Ras Bihari Bose, Subhash Chandra Bose came to East Asia on June 13, 1943. So write it down. June 13, 1943. Subhash Chandra Bose, he came to East Asia. ये कहाँ आए? East Asia वापस आए on the recommendation of Ras Bihari Bose. He was made the president of Indian Independence League and the leader of INA, and which was popularly known as Azad Hind Fauj. And Subhash Chandra Bose, he gave the famous battle cry. इन्होंने सबसे famous battle cry दिया था, which was known as चलो दिल्ली. ठीक है, remember this for prelims. चलो दिल्ली. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. ASW Corvette Kavaratti, indigenously built ASW Corvette Kavaratti to be commissioned at Visakhapatnam. So what is INS Kavaratti? It's an indigenously built stealth corvette under Project 28 Kamorta class. Indigenously means made in India only. The Kamorta class corvettes are the first stealth corvettes to be built in India. ठीक है, जो इंडियन नेवी की हमारी शिप्स जो होती हैं बड़ी बड़ी, ये वही है. INS Kavaratti is indigenously designed by Indian Navy's in-house organization, Directorate of Naval Design, and it is built by Garden Reach shipbuilders and engineers which are based in Kolkata. The ship has up to 90% indigenous content, means 90% products which are used to build the ships are from India, and the use of carbon composites for the superstructure is commendable feat achieved in Indian shipbuilding, which has been seen in INS Kavaratti. This is very very important. It also has a state of art weapons and sensor suit capable of detecting and prosecuting submarines, the enemy submarines. The next important topic is regulatory framework for REITs and InvITs in IFSC. So the regulatory framework for REITs and InvITs, which are known as Real Estate Investment Trust and Infrastructure Investment Trust in International Financial Service Centers, has been prescribed by International Financial Service Centers Authority. तो हुआ क्या है कि IFSC ये है जो होता है ना, इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सर्विस सेंटर्स अथॉरिटी, विद एन ऑब्जेक्टिव टू डेवलप द फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज इन गुजरात, इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंस टेक सिटी. International Financial Service Center has prescribed the regulatory framework for Real Estate Investment Trust and Infrastructure Investment Trust. IFSC के अंदर रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट को कैसे रेगुलराइज करना है, इसके निर्देश दिए हैं इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सर्विस सेंटर अथॉरिटी ने. It has also, this authority, IFSCA, this authority has also given permission to global participants, that is the Real Estate Investment Trust and the Infrastructure Investment Trust, incorporated in the FATF compliant jurisdictions, to list on the stock exchange in the GIFT IFSC. Okay. So in this particular news, you need to understand what is Real Estate Investment Trust, Infrastructure Investment Trust. ये दो क्या है आपको ये समझना है इस particular news में. So REITs are mutual funds that invest in the real estate. In this particular funds, you own a share of property, and so an appropriate share of the income from it will come to you after deducing or after deducting an appropriate share of expenses. So essentially, it's like a group of people who are pooling their money together and buying real estate, except that it's on a large scale and it is regulated. Clear? Now, what is Infrastructure Investment Trust? So these are modified version of REITs. They are designed to suit the specific circumstances of the infrastructure sector. So it is also like a mutual fund. ये भी एक mutual fund की तरह ही है, which enables direct investment of small amount of money from possible individual or institutional investors in infrastructure to earn a small portion of income as return. They are similar to the real estate investment trust, but they invest in infrastructure projects like road or highways, which take some time to generate steady cash flows. Okay, so this is the basic difference between real estate investment trust and infrastructure investment trust. Now coming on to the next important topic, that is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So Union Minister launched a mobile application for geotagging of components of projects अंडर दी प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना. तो एक मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन लॉन्च किया है यूनियन मिनिस्टर ने, ताकि इस योजना के अंदर जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं उनको जियो टैग किया जा सके. सबसे पहले तो ये समझते हैं कि ये जियो टैगिंग क्या बला है, राइट? व्हाट इज दिस जियो टैगिंग? लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दैट फर्स्ट, देन वील मूव फॉरवर्ड. जब हम जियो टैगिंग की बात करते हैं, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन इन मेंस दे कैन फ्रेम. मेंस में इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. द क्वेश्चन कैन बी व्हाट इज जियो टैगिंग. वो आपसे पूछ सकते हैं जियो टैगिंग क्या होता है, एंड व्हाट आर इट्स एप्लीकेशन. What is geotagging and what are its applications? Applications means uses. They can ask you to discuss. ठीक है, आपको डिस्कस करने के लिए कह सकते हैं जियोटैगिंग क्या है, इसके अनुप्रयोग क्या है, चर्चा करें. So geotagging, it is the process of adding geographical identification like latitude, longitude to various media such as a photo or a video. It helps users to find a wide variety of location-specific information from a device, and it provides users the location of the content of a given picture. So geotagging is different from geomapping. Geotagging अलग वर्ड होता है, geomapping अलग वर्ड होता है. Geomapping is a visual representation of a geographical location. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. What can be the uses of geotagging? It can be used in social media. It can be used in daily updates, efficiency. It allows projects in remote and conflict affected locations to be easily and accurately located. Health system में use हो सकता है, infrastructure, public works, right? So it can be used in those areas. Now the Indian government encourages water conservation and its management to be at a high priority. In order to get this in motion, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना, सिंचाई का मतलब हो जाता है एक तरीके से इरिगेशन, ठीक है, was introduced with a vision of expanding irrigation coverage. हर खेत को पानी, every land should get water, and using the water more efficiently. That means more crop per drop. हर एक ड्रॉप पर ज्यादा क्रॉप्स उगाई जाएं, यानी कि पानी को सेव भी करना है. We have to preserve water also. So this scheme will provide an end-to-end solution on source creation, distribution, management, field application and other extension activities. So what are the objectives of this particular yojana? The real goal of PMKSY is to accomplish the merging of investments in irrigation sector at the field level, increasing accessibility of irrigation facilities, expansion of cultivable range under guaranteed irrigation areas, that is हर खेत को पानी, enhancing, promoting implementation of precision irrigation. That means you do not have to waste water while irrigating the land. Okay, you have to use water saving technologies. More crop per drop. Enhancing on-farm water use efficiency. Integrating the source, distribution and efficiency of water through different technologies. Promoting water harvesting, water management, crop alignment, right? Then ensuring that there is no, you can say the groundwater is not wasted, regeneration of groundwater, watershed approach for conserving water and soil, arresting the runoff water, जो ऊपर से पानी खराब बहकर एकदम वेस्ट हो जाता है ना, उसको सेव करना, ठीक है, efficiently. समझ आ गई बात? Now what are the components of this scheme? There are major components. First is Accelerated Irrigation Benefit Program, which is known as AIBP. To concentrate on speedier fulfillment of continuous major and medium irrigation including national projects. हर खेत को पानी, that I explained to you, creating new water sources for irrigation, then repairing the conventional water bodies, saving the groundwater, saving the runoff water, per drop more crop, improving the efficiency of water usage, watershed development, ridge territory treatment, soil and dampness protection, right? So these are the different parameters or components which are part of this particular scheme. Okay? Next important news, National Supercomputing Mission. National Supercomputing Mission is increasing the high power computing in the country. The National Supercomputing Mission is rapidly boosting high power computing in the country in its various phases to meet the computational demands of scientists, of academia, of researchers, MSMEs, etc. तो अभी इसका जो फेज 3 है ना इस नेशनल सुपर कंप्यूटिंग मिशन का, वो 2021 में स्टार्ट होगा एंड इट विल इंक्लूड 3 systems of 3 PF, each and 1 system of 20 PF as a national facility. Now जब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे इस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज में, we'll study that these 3 phases they will provide access to high performance computing, that is known as HPC. This mission is steered by Ministry of Electronics and IT and Department of Science and Technology, implemented by Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Pune, and IISc in Bengaluru. Also, this very important point for prelims, Param Shivai is the first supercomputer assembled indigenously. It was installed in IIT, followed by Param Shakti and Param Brahma at IIT Kharagpur and IISER Pune. You have to remember this point for your prelims. आपको ये point आपके prelims के लिए याद रखना है, ठीक है? Coming on to CoviRAP. CoviRAP is a diagnostic machine for COVID-19 detection. So, Indian Council of Medical Research has successfully validated CoviRAP, the diagnostic machine evolved by IIT Kharagpur researchers, for its efficacy in COVID-19 detection. Various commercial units have already approached the Institute for Technology Licensing, but after rigorous testing, this particular diagnostic machine has been approved. ये जो machine है ना, इसका cost जो है वो 10,000 से कम का है, right? This cost of developing this machine is even less than rupees 10,000 and it needs a minimal infrastructure requirement only. And the testing process of this machine is completed within an hour. तो 1 घंटे के अंदर test इसका निकलकर सामने आ जाता है, ठीक है? The cost per test comes to be about rupees 500 only. अभी आपको 2,400 पे करना पड़ता है. Right now for COVID testing, the fees is 2,400. But in this test, in this machine, the cost per test comes about to rupees 500, which can be further reduced with government intervention. This new testing method is very highly reliable and accurate. It uses accurate molecular diagnostic procedure that can be conducted in a ultra low cost portable device. So this is a wonderful step taken by, the IIT Kharagpur researchers in the development of diagnostic machine required for COVID-19 detection. The next important news, MOU between India and Nigeria related to GSM2, international relations. Cabinet has approved Memorandum of Understanding between India and Nigeria. The MOU was signed between ISRO and National Space Research and Development Agency of Nigeria in 2020. And it will involve different areas of cooperation like remote sensing of Earth, space science, planetary exploration. Planets को explore करना है दोनों organizations को, तो वो साथ में कर सकती हैं. Satellite communication, satellite based navigation. There are other different areas in the scientific field on which Nigeria and India are going to build stronger relationships. The last important topic is Police Commemoration Day, which is observed on October 21st every year. हर साल ये observe किया जाता है to remember and to honor the brave policemen who have laid their own lives in the line of duty. अपनी ड्यूटी परफॉर्म करते करते जिन्होंने अपनी जान न्यौछावर कर दी, उन पुलिस कर्मियों को सेलिब्रेट करने का ये डे है. The day traces its history back to 21st October 1949 when 20 Indian soldiers were attacked by Chinese troops in Ladakh. Due to the altercation between the troops, 10 Indian policemen lost their lives and 7 were imprisoned. More than a month later, Chinese troops handed over the dead bodies of the martyred policemen. That is why this day is celebrated for those जो अपने बारे में नहीं, देश के बारे में पहले सोचते हैं. राइट हमारे छोटे छोटे दुख जो होते हैं हम उनको इतना बड़ा कर लेते हैं कि हम भूल जाते हैं कि छोटी छोटी चीजें लाइफ में इतनी मैटर नहीं करती जितना इन लोगों का बलिदान मैटर करता है. राइट तो जब भी आपको छोटी मोटी बातें सताएं तो उनको साइड में रखकर इनके बारे में याद कर लिया करो, तो अपने दुख छोटे लगेंगे. ठीक है. In 2018, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first ever National Police Memorial in New Delhi on the occasion of Police Commemoration Day as well. Please, whenever you are, confronting your fears, whenever you are confronting any problem in your life, any situation in your life, just remember, close your eyes and remember about these policemen who put their country first, right? Who have lost their lives just to protect the dignity of their nation, of their motherland. They did not even think about their kids. They did not even think about their spouse, or they did not think about their parents. They just focused on their motherland, protecting her dignity, her respect, right? And they laid their lives happily. तो जब भी आप किसी सिचुएशन में फंसते हो, अपने दुखों को थोड़ा सा साइड में रखकर ये सारी बातें याद कर लिया करो, तो अपने दुख छोटे लगेंगे. ओके चलो, ऑन दिस नोट वी आर रैपिंग अप द सेशन. आई होप यू एंजॉयड टुडेज सेशन. आई होप आपको आज का सेशन अच्छा लगा हो. इफ यू रियली एंजॉयड इट, डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब. थैंक यू.